Atlanta Braves baseball. America's team. Braves baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. When you bring out your best, you deserve ours. Eastern Airlines, America's favorite way to fly, and the official airlines of the Atlanta Braves. Toyota Cars and Trucks, who remind you that it's a good feeling to buckle up for safety, so get the feeling whenever you drive. And by the people in your town who bring you delicious, refreshing Coca-Cola. When it comes to big refreshment, Coke is it. Canon, so advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. And by CNN and CNN Headline News.
Hello again, everybody. Skip Caray welcoming you to another afternoon of Atlanta Braves baseball from the stadium in Atlanta, where the Braves will try to salvage a split in their series with the Cubs. They send Rick Camp to the mound with a record of 3-4 against former Brave Dick Ruthven. He's 2-3 for the year, 1-0 since joining the Cubs. Lifetime, he is 10-2 against his former Atlanta teammates. Meanwhile, some big news for the Braves. They have the league's leading hitter at the moment, and with him now on the field, Pete Van Wiernen. Pete.
Well, Bruce Benedict, pretty heady stuff for any ball player. 2 months into the season, leading the National League in hitting.
Well, it has a good ring to it, Pete, and I feel real good about it. I think it's fun to be on a ball club that's winning right now, and we feel we're going to have a great ball club and play well the entire season. Hopefully catch the Dodgers and get on into the World Series, and it's just a little more gratifying to be able to contribute the way things have worked out. And as I said, leading the league in hitting has a good ring to it. And I was talking to my wife earlier today, and I don't know that if I got a 1-point lead at the end of the year, whether I'm going to sit out that day or if I'm going to go ahead and play. But I don't know what's going to happen, but it feels good right now, and we'll just see how it goes.
Well, Bruce, good luck to you today.
Appreciate it, Pete.
And we'll be back to see how Bruce and the rest of the Braves fare against the Chicago Cubs right after this.
The biggest game is on today. The whole town's got a part to play. But the hard work you do makes a kid's dream come true. And there's something big waiting for you. For you. Coke is it, the biggest taste you've ever found. Coke is it, the one that never lets you down. Coke is it, the most refreshing taste around. Coke is it. Coke is it.
Introducing the new front-wheel drive Toyota Camry. It does not have a fireplace, but it does have living room, elbow room, headroom, tow room, family room. For families who are a size above average, for families who like to spread out. There's lots of feet for your feet, lots of living room for anyone, and a tough new engine with quick pickup and great mileage. The new Toyota Camry, not just the family car, the family Camry.
Oh, what a feeling, Camry. Toyota.
Here's the way they line up for the ball game this afternoon. For Chicago, Larry Bowen leads it off at shortstop. Jay Johnstone in left field will bat second. First baseman Bill Buckner hits third, and Leon Durham, their center fielder, hits cleanup. Third baseman is Ron Say, batting fifth. Keith Moreland in right field hits sixth. Jody Davis will do the catching on bat seventh. Ryan Sandberg at second hits eighth. And Dick Ruthven will do the pitching. He is 2-3, an earned run average of 5.18. 1-0 against Atlanta. He won that game as a member of the Philadelphia Phillies. The Braves line up like this. Brett Butler in left field. Rafael Ramirez at shortstop hits second. Claudell Washington plays right, bats third. Dale Murphy, the cleanup man, in center field. Bob Horner at third base, bats fifth. Chris Chambliss at first hits sixth. Second baseman Glenn Hubbard will bat seventh. Bruce Benedict, from whom you just heard, will bat eighth and do the catching. And Rick Camp will be on the mound. Camp is 3-4, an earned run average of 3.55. Rick has lost 4 straight after winning his first 3. Your umpires behind the plate, Jerry Dale, Frank Pulley at first base, Jerry Crawford at second, and Doug Harvey will call the plays at third. The Braves take the field here, and we will tell you that this telecast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Atlanta Braves, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Atlanta Braves and the Turner Broadcasting System is prohibited. Your announcers for this event are employed by the Turner Broadcasting System. For a minute there, I forgot who he works for. It's not really a very smart way to go about your business, is it? Elsewhere in the major leagues today, Boston plays a doubleheader at Detroit in the American League. Boston plays a doubleheader at Toronto, Minnesota is at Detroit, Oakland at New York, California at Cleveland, Texas plays at Chicago, Seattle at Milwaukee, and Baltimore at Kansas City. In the National League, the Giants are at Los Angeles. Mike Pucco will pitch against Alejandro Pena in that one. New York is at San Diego. Ed Lynch against Tim Lawler. St. Louis plays at Houston. Dave LaPointe against Mike Scott. Pittsburgh is at Cincinnati. Larry McWilliams against Frank Pastore. And Montreal plays at Philadelphia. Bill Gullickson against Larry Christensen. Dodgers still lead it by 2.5. San Francisco 7.5 off the pace. Cincinnati 10.5 out. San Diego 11 games out. And Houston already 12 games behind the division-leading Dodgers, who continue to play outstanding baseball. Still, the Braves and Dodgers 18 games head-to-head. Starting right here in Atlanta on June 7th. Larry Boas steps in to get this game started. And stepping in with a play-by-play story, once again, here's Pete Van Wieren.
Okay, thank you, Skip. Boa, 272 hitter, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. He did not play in yesterday's game, got the afternoon off. 284 hitter left-handed, 244 right-handed. He bats lefty, of course, against Rick Camp, who is seeking his first win since April 24th. Rick won his first 3 decisions of the year, but then lost his next 4. Out of play, 0-1. A partly cloudy day here at the stadium, very warm. It's going to be about 85 degrees for a high here this afternoon. Been on the humid side. And a little bit of a breeze blowing across from right field toward left. 0-2, the count on Larry Boa. Now the 0-2 from Rick Camp. Fouled away, still 0-2. Boa, Johnstone, and Buckner due up here in the top half of the first. Crowd of, maybe 20, 25,000 on hand here at the outset of the game. Another 0-2 pitch on the way from Camp. Popped him up, foul territory, third base side. Horner and Benedict both chasing it. Watch out for the collision. Bruce Benedict gets to it. Good play by Bruce Benedict, as he had a long run for that ball in foul territory.
A very graceful play by Benedict, too, with all that paraphernalia on. There's the first one.
Now Jay Johnstone batting .263, 2 home runs, 4 runs driven in. He has gone 7 for 13 against Braves pitching this year, including a home run. A ball and no strikes on Jay.
You could almost say that Benedict was Swan-like in the way he chased down that foul ball. Almost.
Here's the 1-0. That is low, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way, and that caught the inside corner for a strike to Johnstone, 2-1. Again today, you look down this Cubs lineup of Boa, Johnstone, Buckner, Durham, Say, Moreland, Davis, Sandberg, Ruthven. Not a single one out of the Cubs organization originally. Benedict will not have a play on this one. It'll be about 10 rows back into the seats. And the count 2-2. But you can expect that to change in future years. When Dallas Green took over the Cubs, one of the first things he did was to hire 30 additional scouts to improve the minor league system. Now the 2-2 from Rick Camp. Little bouncing ball foul off to the right. It stays 2-2.
That's really what Ted Turner did here. You hear all about the free agents and that, but the money he poured into the farm system has really begun to pay off.
Well, when Ted bought the ball club, the Braves had 6 full-time scouts. Now they have something like 40. And it has showed in the drafts of the last 4 or 5 years. Here's the 2-2. Hit sharply toward first. Good play by Chambliss. Camp will cover it first for out number 2. Chris Chambliss with a sparkling defensive play, taking an extra away from Jay Johnstone.
Boy, he's a good defensive first baseman. That's a tough play, and look how he gets the ball to Camp right away and lets him have time to find the bag.
So 2 down now in the top half of the first inning, and Bill Buckner has been red hot for the Cubs stepping in. He was only hitting .228 when the series began. He's up to .254 now with a homer and 17 RBIs. He has gone 8 for 15 in this series, including a home run. And he almost hit a second home run. In yesterday's game, it was the final out of the game, caught right up against the fence in deep right. 1 ball, no strikes, the count, and Buckner. Now the 1-0 from Camp is hit sharply towards second. Hubbard can't get to this one. And Buckner picks up his 9th hit in this series. A 2-out single to right gives the Cubs the first base runner of the afternoon.
Hit a pretty good pitch. Looked like a sinker. Just got it past Hubby.
That'll bring up Leon Durham, the center fielder, batting .295 with 8 homers, 27 RBIs. Dangerous hitter. He has good power to all fields. He normally hits for a high average as well as for power. 1 ball, no strikes. Only 25 years old. He's got a bright, bright future in the major leagues. The 1-0 from Camp is high and away, ball 2. Just underway from Atlanta. Pete Van Weren, Skip Caray with you. Final game of this 4-game series between the Braves and the Chicago Cubs. And the 2-0 pitch is fouled back. It's 2-1. Ron Cey waiting in the on-deck circle. Now a throw over to first. Buckner back safely. Buckner does not run very well anymore. He used to run quite well, but he had all kinds of ankle problems, both ankles, including one a very severe broken ankle. And since those injuries, his running speed cut down greatly. He does not have a stolen base yet this year, but he's a smart ball player, and if you forget about him over there, he's liable to take off. Now the 2-1 on the way to Durham. This is low and inside, ball 3, 3-1. Cubs have beaten the Braves 4 times in 5 meetings this year. They won the first 4 games in the season series. Buckner is going. The pitch swung on, miss. Benedict's throw, a 1-hopper bouncing off the runner, Buckner. And he has just picked up his first stolen base of the year. As the count goes full, 3-2 to Leon Durham.
Well, Pete had it right on the money. Rick did forget about him a little bit. The throw was not a good one. A good throw might have had him.
So Buckner now at second with 2 men out, a count of 3-2 on Bull Durham. And that's downstairs, ball 4. So the Cubs have a couple of base runners. First and second, 2 men out for Ron Cey. Cey at .255, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. 4 of those home runs have come in the last 8 games he's played in, so after a slow start, his power beginning to show. He should hit a few home runs playing half his games in Wrigley Field.
He says that getting that first trip into Los Angeles over with really helped him, enabled him to relax and get back to work.
Rick Camp's first pitch is bounced back to the middle. Nice play by the pitcher, Rick Camp, on to first to end the inning. Camp saved himself a run there. If that ball gets through, Buckner would have scored. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We've completed a half inning in Atlanta. Chicago nothing. Atlanta coming up.
This Bud's for everyone who answers the call when someone needs help. for you that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do. This Bud's for you.
Imagine winning the World Series 4 years in a row, or the Super Bowl. Pretty tough to do. Well, Eastern's won a championship 4 straight times. The Airline Championship. For the 4th year in a row, we've flown more passengers than any other airline in the free world. More than United, American, or TWA. That's earning your wings. So next trip, fly with Eastern, and fly with the champ.
We're Eastern, America's favorite way to fly.
After a long, hard day, everyone needs a good laugh. With Green Acres, weekdays followed by Andy Griffith on Superstation WTBS.
Dick Ruthven making his second start as a member of the Chicago Cubs. There's his lifetime record. 1 game over 500. He's 2-3 this year with a 5.18 earned run average. This will be his 9th start overall. He's given up 23 earned runs and 52 hits in 40 innings. He's walked 11, struck out 28. Came over to the Cubs in the deal that sent reliever Willie Hernandez to the Phillies, and Dick Ruthven very happy to be a member of the Chicago Cubs team. He's a very outspoken young man, and he was talking yesterday about he and Pat Caray simply not seeing eye to eye on the way he should be used. He was kind of the spot starter in that Philly rotation. His last 2 starts for the Phillies, one of them had 9 days between starts, one of them 10. And he says, I just can't pitch like that. I have to pitch in the regular rotation. And that he will do for this team, the Cubs. Brett Butler at 252, no homers, 10 RBIs. Lines the first pitch, left center field. Durham will not get to it. Base hit for Butler. So Butler gets the Braves off to a good start, lining Ruthven's first pitch into left center field. And the batter will be Rafael Ramirez. Hitting .289, no home runs, 11 RBIs. Rafi has hit safely in 12 of the last 13 games, currently tied for 3rd in the National League in hits. Dickie Thon leads with 59, Andre Dawson with 55, then Ramirez and San Diego's Juan Bonilla with 54. 0-1 the count. Ruthven, of course, a former Brave, who in his days with the Phillies had great success against Atlanta. 10 wins, 2 losses lifetime against his former teammates. The check of the runner, Butler, and a throw over. Brett back safely. Butler with 9 steals and 14 tries this year. And like Rick Camp, really concentrate on holding the runner because both take a long time in their delivery getting the ball to the plate. And a throw to first. Close play this time. Butler did get back.
He went in standing up, and it just about cost it.
Count remaining 0-1 on Ramirez. The 0-1 is low for a ball, 1-1. Ruthven with a good fastball, slider, and curve. He has beaten the Braves once this year. That was when he was still a member of the Phillies. There goes Butler. The 1-1 is a pitch out. Jody Davis throwing back to first. Threw it by Bill Buckner. Butler, who was returning to first, will now head for second. Here's Keith Moreland's throw. He threw that one right into the runner, Brett Butler, who is hurt at second base. Joe Torre and Dave Pursley head out toward second, where Brett Butler is writhing in pain after being struck by the throw from right fielder Keith Moreland. With the pitch out on, Butler tried to get back to first.
Yeah, he makes a good play here, I think, Pete. With the pitch out, he knows he's a dead man. Tries to get back to first. The throw might have had him, but it was awful. And now he's off to the races again, and let's see where he got hit. I still can't be sure. It looked like maybe the right arm is what he was grabbing when he started writhing around. But whatever, he was all right. It's an error on Jody Davis.
If it did catch the arm, it might have caught him right on the funny bone in the elbow, and you know how something like that can hurt. Charge an error to the catcher, Jody Davis, on the throw back to first, allowing Butler to go from first to second. The count 2-1 on Ramirez. Nobody out in the inning. Claudell Washington waiting on deck. And Ruthven's pitch to Ramirez, butted foul off to the right, 2-2 the count. Kind of ironic that a year ago, in game 45, the Braves were playing the Phillies, and Dick Ruthven was the pitcher for the Phillies, and he pitched a shutout, defeating Phil Niekro 1-0. This is game 45 this year. Again, it's Ruthven the opposition, this time though with the Cubs. Here's the 2-2. Change-up curve, chop toward the shortstop. Boa, he's got to play at third. The throw pulls Say off the bag, and Butler safe there. That'll be scored a fielder's choice, but a good throw by Larry Boa would have had Brett Butler.
There's that speed again. A terrible throw by Boa. I don't know what possessed him to unload like he did. But Butler's speed has kept us around in this inning. He's like a kamikaze out there.
So the Cubs having trouble making accurate throws here in the bottom half of the first inning, and the Braves have runners first and third with nobody out for Claudell Washington, batting .268 with a homer, 14 RBIs. He brings a 6-game hitting streak into this one. Good speed on the base paths. Ramirez, the runner at first. Butler, the runner at third. Nobody out. And Ruthven's pitch to Claudell is a changeup that missed inside, ball one. The Braves have not hit a home run in the last 12 games. But they have a 7-5 record over those 12 games. The 1-0 pitch fouled off the glove of Jody Davis, 1-1. However, while the home runs have not been there, the hits have been. The Braves now lead the National League in hitting with a team average of .274. Actually tied for the lead with the St. Louis Cardinals. There's a throw to first. Ramirez back safely. Actually, the Braves tied for the league in hitting in the National League and third in the league in pitching. Shows you that it's been a team effort this year with a 28-16 record. The 1-1 is high with a changeup, 2-1. The Dodgers, who lead the National League West, hitting only .247 as a team. But they lead the league in pitching. The 2-1 coming to Washington, got the fastball by him, and that evens the count on Claudell, 2-2. Dale Murphy waiting on deck. Ramirez back safely. Washington right on top of that plate. Pops this one, foul territory, third base side. Ron Say chasing, runs out of room. Still 2-2.
You know, the Cubs haven't had a complete game by their pitching staff since last September 15th. That's incredible.
That really is.
Fergie Jenkins against John Candelaria, September 15th, 1982.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Washington. Bouncing ball hit towards second, might be 2. Sandberg to Boa, 1. That's all they have time for. Scoring from third is Brett Butler, and the Braves lead it 1-0. Give Claudell Washington an RBI, his 15th of the year. And the Braves are on the board first. Now Dale Murphy batting .315, 11 homers, 38 RBIs. An 8-game hitting streak coming into this one. He and Pedro Guerrero still tied for the league lead in homers. Murph leads the league all by himself in the RBI category by 6 over George Hendrick. He's 10th in the league in hitting. Leads the league in runs scored. Tied for 4th in the league in game-winning RBI. Tied for 6th in the league in hits. One out in the inning, 1 run in. Ruthven's 1-strike pitch is low. It's 1-1. Braves got some good news from down on the farm last night. Rick Mailer pitched a 2-hitter. Picked up his 2nd win in 3 decisions for the Richmond Braves. That came one night after Bob Walk won his first game of the year with a 1-hitter. Here's the 1-1 to Murphy. Roll toward short. Boa can't get to it. Base hit left field. Washington takes the turn and holds at second. And Murphy extends his hitting streak to 9 games. Hit number 2 in the inning off Dick Ruthven.
Just under the glove of Boa. He'd have never gotten Washington at second base even if he comes up. So the Braves have a chance to do some big damage early.
And Bob Horner will be the hitter. Horner with a 9-game hitting streak has upped his average to 284. 7 home runs, 23 RBIs. He's been taking some shots to right field the last couple of ball games. The Cubs are pitching him away, so Bob decided to go that way, and he's gotten some base hits out that way. Because of that, he's played a little more straight away. Still to pull, but not quite as much as before by the Cubs outfield. 1 ball, no strikes. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati underway on time today. Pirates failed to score in the top of the first. They had a 3-hour, 46-minute rain delay before starting the game in Cincinnati yesterday. 1-1 on Horner.
Meanwhile, it's raining in Philadelphia, where Montreal is trying to play.
One out in the inning, 1 run in. Murphy off first, Washington off second, and the 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. The double steal is on. The ball is lined to right center field. It's going to fall in. 1 run will score. Murphy gets the green light around third. He will score. And Horner into second base with a stand-up double. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Joe Torre sent both the runners on the 2-1 pitch, and Horner drills his 10th double of the year, driving in his 24th and 25th runs of the season. 3-0. Atlanta leads it.
When he goes with the pitch, he is a fearsome hitter. Right in the alley with the runners going. Murphy able to score easily. If they're not running, there'd have been a close play at the plate. That's 10 straight for Horner, and here's Chris Chambliss.
Chambliss, the hero offensively in yesterday's game, delivering a 2-run pinch hit single to give the Braves a 6-4 victory. Hitting .233 for the year, 6 homers, 21 RBIs. Lines the first pitch foul off to the left. Some pretty good cuts at Dick Ruthven by the Braves here in the bottom of the first. Chambliss appears to be snapping out of his slump. He's hit safely now in 4 straight games. And the 0-1 from Ruthven on the way inside. Horner down at second, 1 man out, 3 runs in here in the bottom of the first. The pitch to Chris. Bouncing ball right side. Buckner has it picked away from him. Will pick it up and have no play. Bob Horner advances to third. Chris Chambliss is safe at first on the error by Bill Buckner, and the Cubs are kicking the ball around here in the first inning. Second error of the inning.
It rolled just far enough to allow Chambliss to get to first base, and the Cubbies bullpen will go to work.
Left-hander Craig Lefferts up in the Chicago Cubs bullpen. 1 out in the inning. 3 runs have scored. It's not been all Dick Ruthven's fault. There have been some poor defensive plays made by the Cubs in the inning. Glenn Hubbard, the batter, hitting .301, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Hub has fallen into the first real slump of the season for him. Hasn't been a long one, but he has just 1 hit in his last 14 official at-bats. He takes high and away, ball 1. Braves have picked up 3 hits in the inning. The Cubs have contributed 2 errors, and there might have been a 3rd error charged on the play that was scored a fielder's choice, but Larry Boa made the bad throw toward 3rd. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Hubbard, the 7th man to bat in the inning. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Broken bat liner into center field, base hit. Horner scores from 3rd. Chambliss stops at 2nd. It's 4-0. Hubbard drives in his 19th run of the year.
Billy Connors, the pitching coach of the Cubs, comes to the mound to talk it over with Ruthven. That was a blue pit. He's had some bad pitching luck in that his defense has let him down, but as Pete pointed out, they're getting some great swings at him. And the league's leading hitter now marches to the plate. Here's Hubbard's base hit. Got the pitch up a little bit. Hit it right off the trademark, but dropped it into center field.
Billy Connors back to the Chicago Cubs dugout. And the league's leading hitter, Bruce Benedict, stepping in. .338 with a home run, 14 RBIs. He's hit safely in 11 straight games. Has 7 hits in his last 12 at-bats. Bill Madlock is next in the league at .336. Then Andre Dawson, .327. Darrell Evans, .326. The pitch to Benedict is taken for a strike at the knees, 0-1. 4-0 Atlanta, bottom half of the first. Still only 1 out in the inning. Hubbard off first, Chambliss off second. And the 0-1 to Benedict. Loop down that right field line. Moreland chasing it. It's going to be a foul ball. And the count goes to 0-2. Do you remember, Skip, when Bruce Benedict first came up and started catching every day for Atlanta, how the biggest criticism of him by Braves management and coaches was he tries to pull everything?
Right.
Well, he sure has changed that this year. I'll bet you more than half his hits have been to right center field.
Yeah, he's hitting the ball where it's pitched, and it's made him a much better hitter. He's never going to be a power guy, but
0-2 the count. Here's the check of the runners and the 0-2 pitch. Missed inside, ball 1.
he's also changed the way he waits for the pitch. He's got some very unique mannerisms now with a swing of the bat to and fro.
Watch how he kind of waggles that bat down low just before the pitch comes. The 1-2. That makes it 2-2. Almost like a golf swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bruce Benedict. Pitcher Rick Camp on deck. Here's the 2-2. Fly ball into shallow left field. Jay Johnstone waits for it out there and makes the catch for out number 2. The runners hold at first and second. Benedict flies to left, 2 down, and the pitcher Rick Camp will step in. Camp is 1 for 21 for the year, has one hit a double. But by going 1 for 21, he has upped his career average 6 points. He is now 3 for 99 in his major league career. He couldn't check the swing on the high fastball. 0-1 the count. 4-0 Atlanta leads at bottom half of the first. Runners first and second, 2 men out. be in Pittsburgh tomorrow for Memorial Day, 12:35 Eastern Time. Craig McMurtry goes for his 8th win of the year. 0-2 on Rick Kemp. And Jim Bibby will be the Pirate pitcher. Then night games on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Braves right back home on Thursday night to open up a lengthy homestand. 4 games with the Cardinals, 3 games with the Dodgers, 4 games with the Giants. The 0-2 on the way to Kemp. He takes strike 3 call at the knees, and that's the end of the inning. But the Braves send 9 men to the plate in the first and score 4 of them. 4 runs, 4 hits, a couple of Chicago errors, 2 men left at the end of 1. Atlanta 4, Chicago nothing.
Covering Gary Pate is a super opportunity for a photographer.
If I win this tournament, I'm going to make you famous.
I counted on my Canon AE1 program with all the features a pro wants to capture all the sides of Pate's game.
Now it's your turn. I told you I was going to make you famous.
The AE1 program makes the toughest shots simple.
The Canon AE1 program. So advanced, it's simple. Canon, the official camera of the Atlanta Braves.
Your 35mm camera can capture spectacular images on film, but can the place where you get your film processed capture those images on your prints? Eckerd can, because only Eckerd has UltraLab 35, which examines each shot for color and contrast, prints on high-gloss Kodak paper, sleeves your negatives, and gives you 30% larger prints. So if you own a 35mm camera, you need UltraLab 35, or you might as well use this, UltraLab 35 from Eckerd, when you're serious about 35mm.
Monday on Moneyline, our guest will be one of the country's best-known economists, Arthur Laffer. He's the one who created the Laffer curve. And we'll have reports for you on the Economic Summit in Williamsburg as it wraps up. We'll have a full report on the outcome of that meeting with correspondent Tom Cassidy reporting live from Williamsburg. We'll have all of the economics and financial news of the day on Moneyline, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Cable News Network.
In the second, right fielder Keith Moreland leads it off for the Chicago Cubs. Will be followed by Jody Davis and Ryan Sandberg. 4-0 lead for Atlanta and Rick Kemp. Moreland 267 on the year, 6 homers, 25 RBIs. St. Louis, Houston underway. Cardinals fail to score top of the first. Dodgers home again today against San Francisco. That game starts in about an hour and a half. Mike Krukow will face Alejandro Pena in that game. That's back out of play toward the press box. But it stays upstairs, 1-1. Rest of the pitching matchups in that Pirate series. We mentioned Craig McMurtry against Jim Bibby tomorrow. Necro against Lee Tunnell on Tuesday night. Pascual Perez against John Candelaria Wednesday night. 2 balls and a strike now on Keith Moreland. Margaret Adams watching today in Atlanta, celebrating birthday number 91. We wish her a happy one. And Bob Horner's throw on to Chris Chambliss. In plenty of time to retire Moreland. 1 down. Now Jody Davis. Jody Davis, a thorn in the side of the Braves the last couple of years, hitting .238 for the season, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. 2 of his 6 homers this year have been against Atlanta. 5 of his 12 last year were against the Braves. He hit the 2 home runs this year in 1 game against Atlanta. That was on Friday night in an 8-6 Chicago win.
Scorer rules that all the Braves runs are earned in the first inning.
Camp's first pitch on the way to Jody Davis. Pop foul again toward the press box. 0-1. That section getting some souvenirs today. Off the screen, 0-2. camp, 11-13 for Atlanta last year after a couple of outstanding seasons in the Braves bullpen. Became a starter about midway through last season. 2-2 lifetime against the Cubs. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Jody Davis. A couple of Georgians facing one another. Jody from Gainesville, Georgia, facing Rick Kemp from Tryon, Georgia. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Special thanks to Paula Caray for bringing her husband's suitcase to the ballpark that he left the house this morning.
I've never known you to do that before.
It's a tough track when you're entertaining your father. Don't think clearly the next day. I can't wait to see what I packed.
Did your father remember his suitcase?
Yes, he is.
Question.
He's on the road.
Davis down swinging. And Camp has his first strikeout. Now Ryan Sandberg, the second baseman, batting only .216 for the year with a homer and 6 RBIs. He had 3 hits in yesterday's game. He'll hit higher than .216 for this club before the year is over. Inside with a fastball, ball 1. Now the 1-0 is chopped toward short. Raphael on the high hop has it. Across to Chambliss in time. Easy 1-2-3 inning for Rick Kemp. Nothing doing for the Cubs in the second. We've completed an inning and a half with our score. Atlanta 4, Chicago nothing.
Born of tradition, nurtured by pride. Budweiser Light, with a clean, distinctive taste. A light beer worthy of the king of beers.
Bring out your best. Bring out your best.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it.
I'm going to Kingsford tonight. I'm really going to do it right. Don't have to fight it. I'm just going to light it. I'm really going to do it right. I'm going to Kingsford tonight. You going to trust that steak to any ordinary charcoal? Get the best. Kingsford fires up fast, easy every time. Get out in Kingsford. I can't wait for that first bite. Kingsford tonight. I'm going to Kingsford tonight.
Sears Best is on sale.
That's right. Our best battery shocks and tires are on sale. Save $15 on the Die Hard. Only $54.99 with trade. $7 on Steady Rider radial tune shocks. Warranted as long as you own the car. Get 25% off belted road for all-season radials with a warranty for 50,000 miles.
At Sears Tire and Auto Centers, we install confidence, day and night.
Sears.
In the bottom of the second, Brett Butler, Rafael Ramirez, Claudel Washington, top of the Atlanta order. 9, 4 of them scored.
You know, Milo Hamilton used to be the Braves announcer, now one of the Chicago Cubs announcers, and his children, Mark and Pat, here at the game today. Pat wants to be remembered to Hal and Mary Ellen Bell here in Atlanta. Big Braves fans looking in today.
Brett Butler leading off the second, and a base hit came around to score Atlanta's first run. Dick Ruthven's first pitch on the way to Butler. Bunted foul off to the left. Nothing and 1 the count. Ruthven delivers that changeup, and it caught the inside corner. He's out in front, 0-2.
Kansas City Club got some bad news. Dennis Leonard out for 2 months with a pulled tendon in his left knee.
Got some pretty good pitchers going down in that American League. Mike Flanagan out for about 2 months with ligament damage in his knee. The 0-2 high in the air to shallow right field. Keith Moreland in and to his right makes the catch. 1 down. That's the tough field to play here in Atlanta in a day game is right field. The toughest sun field. It gets even tougher in the late afternoon. Now Rafael Ramirez reached on a fielder's choice in the first. A ball and no strikes.
Also in the injury department, our Indian Princess stepped on a baseball yesterday, sprained her ankle.
1-1 the count. That might alter some of the name suggestions that have come in for the Princess.
Princess Klutz.
Now the 1-1. Now the 2 pitch is popped up the center field. Sandberg, the baseman, will make the catch. And 2 are out in the second.
He's getting the chance in there for inning, and that was part of his
Ruth to change up off 1.
Yeah, Damer has broken wheel.
Kinds of possibilities.
Virtually limitless.
The 0-1 now to Claudel. Side with a fastball. Pitchers pitch almost the same every. Give him off strikes and try to move him back off the plate. Fastball. Little tap back toward the mound. This is for Ruthven, throwing on to. And at the end of 2, the score remains Braves 4, Cubs nothing.
You need the team you have to beat. Hey, look! You fit in the just dance. Thursday night, and you know what to do. 'Cause something big waiting for me, and you know there's a big place to talking the one who lets you down. Refresh, taste the rest. Coke is it. Coke is it.
While most air freight spend the day on the ground, racing pick up small packages so they can deliver them overnight. Someone is already delivering them the same day. Eastern Sprint service guarantees you small package delivery to over 90 cities the same day, or you don't pay. The guys who fly by night can't do that. Questionably has to be there today.
Racing engines run hot. STP treatment fights the effects of heat in racing cars. Your car, too. In everyday driving, heat weakens your oil's vital protective properties. That's motor oil breakdown. STP fights motor oil breakdown. STP strengthens your lubricants and anti-wear agents to work just where they're needed. Whenever you change or add oil, STP oil treatment and fight motor oil breakdown.
The Cubs will lead off the third with pitcher Dick Ruthven. He's hitting 167 this year, 2 for 12, has 1. And he lines Rick Camp's first pitch to center field. But catch. Larry Boa. Boa fouled out to. himself into a good major league player. He's retired. Fabulous here for out 2.
My understanding is, Pete, they signed a guy to fill in on a Class Naylor's story with the Atlanta Braves. Now they've changed to 2 runs earned, 2 runs unearned in the first inning.
And the batter is James Stone, who grounded the first his first time. Rick, first pitch. Ball, no strikes. Camp working. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the second straight time for Rick. Quietly in the third. We've completed 2.5. Our score, Atlanta 4, Chicago.
Hello. I was a dedicated blade shaver. My wife bought me this Remington microscreen shaver because it would shave as close as a blade. Incredibly close. The second even closer. And Remington's American made. It costs. Norelco's imported. It costs much more. I was so impressed, I bought the company. The Remington microscreen shaves as close as a blade. For money back.
And the Lady Remington rechargeable. The perfect gift. Shaves without a cord.
Every weeknight, CNN brings you the best primetime drama on television. The world, the nation, action-packed and full of intrigue. Prime News has it all. From courtroom drama, extraordinary people. Don't miss the best action on television. Don't miss Prime News, 8 o'clock Eastern Time on CNN.
Monday, start your day with a little romance on the TBS morning movie. They all had their eye on Errol Flynn, but Betty Davis was the one who stole his heart in Sisters. Then on Wednesday morning, get ready for classic Hitchcock suspense. Henry Fonda claims he didn't do it, but the cops aren't convinced, and even his wife isn't sure. Henry Fonda says that he's the wrong man. The TBS daytime movies, only on Superstation WTBS.
Well, Braves fans, everything from authentic caps, uniforms, and jackets can be yours by ordering from our new 16-page catalog of Braves apparel. To get your catalog, send $1 with your name, address, and phone number to Braves Catalog, P.O. Box 4064, Atlanta, Georgia 30302. Your dollar will be refunded with your first order. Bottom of the third, and here's Skip.
Okay, thanks, Pete. And Dale Murphy takes a breaking ball outside and scored in that 4-run first inning. Ruthven had a tough first, a good second. And the curveball is missed by Murph, and the count evens at 1-1. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom half of the third inning. He jammed him with a fastball. He foul tipped it into the glove of Davis. 1-2 the count. Fans here from Barefoot Bay, Florida today, rooting for the Braves. Ken and Ann Lance from Hattiesburg, Mississippi here as well.
The Nelson family from Lake Mary, Florida. And also from Tennessee.
They got side, it's 2-2. Little tap right back to the mound. That will be easy. Ruthven throws him out and one away in the Atlanta third. Here's Bob Horner, who ripped a 2-run double his first time. Ruthven has been a different-looking pitcher since the first inning because he's been able to get his breaking ball over the plate. He was unable to do that in the first. And when he did, he had Well, Pete, you were right. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati got started on time, but not for long. Game delayed by rain. Still raining in Philadelphia, where Montreal's trying to play. St. Louis and Houston playing inside, scoreless after 1. Breaking ball eludes Davis, goes all the way to the screen. Fans from Florence, Alabama here, rooting for the Braves. There's a drive, but it's hooking. It's going to be a... That would have been that home run to get us back on the track. Horner is really swinging a hot bat. But it's only a noisy strike, and it's 1-2. Just missed. Davis held it there for Jerry Dale, but got no satisfaction. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Hot shot, but right at say. It came up on him. He smothered it against his chest. 2 out. Here's Chris Chambliss, who reached on an error his first time.
Now, we mentioned that long rain delay in Cincinnati yesterday, 3 hours and 46 minutes. To kind of put that in perspective, the game was supposed to start at 2:15. It started at 6:01.
Boy. Well, they may have a chance record today. Fastball downstairs for Chambliss. 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby's Blue Jays winning again. They lead Boston 4-1 after 4. First of a doubleheader. The let-up is in there for a strike. Detroit 5-4 over Minnesota at the end of 4 innings. Oakland and New York scoreless after 2. Indians 1-0 after 2. Breaking ball in 1. White Sox got 2 in the first at Texas to lead 2-0. Hot base hit right field. And Glenn Hubbard will bat. He drove in a run with a looping single to center. Joe Torre was talking before the game. He thinks Chris Chambliss, he knows he's an everyday player. But he's one of the best pinch hitters Torre's seen.
And he doesn't do it very often because he plays the everyday lineup, which makes it even more remarkable.
Some good hitters just can't pinch hit. That will prolong Chris's career on down the road if he wants to stay in the game. The 0-1 didn't get the breaking ball. It's 0-2. He took a shot at right field, but came up empty. As you see there, Hubby is not pitching to his liking so far this year. A little pop on the end. Sandberg battles the sun, and the inning is over. 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and a runner left. At the end of 3, the Braves lead the Cubs 4-0.